Good evening, Toastmasters guests. I welcome you all to our 807th meeting of Chennai Toastmasters Club. The mission of every Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in such a way that the Toastmasters and the members are empowered to improve their communication skills and leadership qualities, hence resulting in greater personality growth and self-confidence. Before moving to the meeting, I would like to brief upon certain rules which are to be followed. First, keep your mobile phones on silent mode. Do not talk about taboo topics such as sex, politics, and religion. Third, kindly sit in silent atmosphere so that you can hear what the speaker is speaking. Fourth, kindly be on mute until it's your turn to speak. At the moment, please unmute yourself. At last, if you have any messages to be shared or conveyed, use the chat box below. With this, I hand over the control to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Abhilash, to share a few words about him. He is Chennai Toastmaster Mentor Pool Coordinator for Division C, and he is a part of District Audit Team. Toastmaster Abhilash is a chartered accountant by profession, and he is working in a finance division of a chemical manufacturing MNC. Ladies and gentlemen, now, let's welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Abhilash.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sajid at Arms. A very warm good evening, dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to meeting number 807 of Chennai Toastmasters Club. I declare open meeting number 807. Before we move on, I would like to recognize the presence of our Area C4 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelakandan, and our District Mentor Pool Chair, Distinguished Toastmaster Neena John. Welcome. Seeing that we don't have any guests as such, let us now proceed on towards the meeting. To host us for this evening, we have a very enthusiastic Toastmaster of the day who is going to take us through the proceedings of today's meeting. A person ever young at heart, probably. It's none other than Toastmaster Shrikant Kuttikrishnan, who is going to be our MC or the Toastmaster of the day. To tell you a few words about Toastmaster Shrikant Kuttikrishnan, he is a professional working in the HR department of Indian Railways, a very passionate Toastmaster. He's also a trainer for OTPs in Toastmasters. So without much ado, let me now welcome Toastmaster Shrikant Kuttikrishnan onto the stage. Toastmaster Shrikant Kuttikrishnan.
So the Holy Bible says, Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. Hark now, hear the angels sing, King was born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Trumpet sound, the angels sing, listen to what they say, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. While shepherds watch the flocks by night, they see a bright new shining star. They hear a choir sing a song, the music seems to come from afar. Joseph and his wife Mary into Bethlehem that night. They found no place to lay the child, not a single room inside. And then they found a little girl in a stable all forlorn. And in a manger, cold and dark, Mary's little boy was born. listen to what they say, and then we'll live forevermore because of Christmas Day. And we'll live forevermore because of Christmas Day.
Disconnecting wireless device.
Ha ha ha. Hello, my dear friends. I hope all of you are preparing for your Christmas celebration. I have been sent here by my father to be with you for the next 2 hours and be part of some very entertaining happenings that you have for me to enjoy. And I also wish you a very happy and Merry Christmas. I heard that you are running a club where people become good speakers and leaders. I'm very happy to know that. And I'm also going to share with you what Christmas and what all about Santa is and what we have to do on a Christmas Eve. So now let me tell you something very much interesting about today's happening that you have for me. I heard that you have 3 important segments in today's meeting. There's some person who's going to speak, a child of Jesus who's going to speak today. Then you're going to have a very important education for you to be done. Again, a beautiful person. All our children of God are going to be here today and are going to speak. And the next is going to be the evaluation. I have to carry back to heaven to my Father to let him know what were the good things that happened during the evaluation. So now, to do all this, I have somebody who's going to assist me and give me a report. I call him the Gentle Evaluator. Today, a loving son is going to be the Gentle Evaluator. He is Naveen Raj. I request Naveen Raj to please let me know what his work is going to be on this upcoming Christmas celebration. Naveen Raj, please let me know.
Yep. Hello. Can you hear me? Yeah. Good evening, Toastmaster Srikam.
Let me
Can
remind
you hear
you,
me?
Santa today.
Yeah, yes. Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear guests. I am the General Evaluator for today's meeting. For the benefit of the guests, my role is going to evaluate the overall meeting, and I have the set of team to evaluate the prepared speeches and the second team named by tag team. Assessment is the ongoing process of gathering, analyzing, and reflecting on evidence to make informed and consistent judgments to improve future learning. Now, I would like to introduce my tag team. T stands for timer. Our timer Toastmaster Vijay Aditya. He is currently pursuing his Bachelor of Architecture in Mise Academy of Architecture. He likes reading, drawing, and playing footballs. Now, I would like to welcome Toastmaster Vijay Aditya to brief about her timer roles.
Yeah, I am the timer for the today. And first of all, greetings, Mr. and Madam Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining. For example, if the allotted time is 5 to 7 minutes, at the minimum of 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At the intermediate time of 6 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card. And at the maximum time of 7 minutes, I'll raise the red card. An additional grace time of 30 seconds will be given after which I'll raise the timer card and the speaker will be considered disqualified. Also, I'll make note of the time taken by each speaker and submit my report towards the end of the meeting when called upon by the Gentle Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Aditya, for briefing about the timer rules. Now, I would like to call our counter Toastmaster Vignesh. He is a hardware application engineer. His hobbies are explore something new and building unique skills. Now, I would request Toastmaster Vignesh to brief about our counter.
Thanks, Toastmaster Naveen. Today I will be the R counter for today's meet. I will note down the, I will listen the filler words and the past fillers used by every speakers. I will note down the each filler words and repeated words such as so, but, I know, you know, those things. And I will mention the filler words used by each speaker at the end of the meeting. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vignesh. Now, G stands for Grammarian. I would like to welcome Toastmaster Anirudh. He is a first-year student at SNU Chennai, pursuing his Bachelor of Technology in Artificial Intelligence. He likes reading books and watching movies. Toastmaster Anirudh, I would like to welcome you to brief the Grammarian Rules.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers and listen carefully to the language usage. I'll take note of any misuses of the English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word of the day is camaraderie. It means the mutual trust and friendship among people who spend a lot of time together. An example of using the word is there is a lot of camaraderie. An example of using the word is there is a lot of camaraderie among all of us Toastmaster club members. I will give every speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give a word of the day report and grammatical usage report when called upon during the meeting. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anirudh. I have another set of team to evaluate the prepared speeches, but I will introduce it on the later part of the meeting. Now, I am handovering the stage to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishna.
Thank you, my dear son Naveen. You really made me understand what you are going to do. Thank you very much. And now, we are having something very interesting during this Christmas celebration. We are going to hear about what it is all mentoring meant to each and every one of us. You know, our Father in heaven has been mentoring all of us. He's taking care of us in every activity that we do, every day, every hour, and every minute. We are being mentored. And here on earth for you, we have angels that are being sent to mentor you. And one of those angels who's going to talk to us about the importance of mentoring is a very distinguished person. She is distinguished Toastmaster Nanda John. And she's going to tell us, and she's going to convey the message that I've come with to all of you, the importance of mentoring. I request distinguished Toastmaster Nanda John to please convey the message to all of us here. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Nanda John.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vijay Srikanth Kuttikrishnan. Welcome to all those who are here. Quick question. How many of you are new to Toastmasters? Can you raise your hands or indicate in the chat box? Okay. 1, 2. Anyone else? Only 2 of you? Okay. Gladson, Riaz, Shruti, Muthu. Okay. So now that you're in Toastmasters, what do you think about the Toastmasters. What have you found so far? What were your expectations when you joined, and what do you think is happening now? Go ahead.
I haven't joined yet. I'm a guest student,
All right.
so I don't have any.
You don't have any expectations. Good. That's the best thing to do. Just come with an open mind. You'll be fine. Muthu? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening. And what are your expectations about mentoring in Toastmasters?
Yeah, I want to improve my language. That's
Okay.
the main issue.
Okay.
And that much only, ma'am.
Okay. That's fine. That's sweet. Thank you. Gladson, you raised your hand.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Yeah. What are you looking for in Toastmasters?
Same, ma'am. I want to develop my language, ma'am.
Okay. Fair enough. So there's no problem. Each of us joins with totally different expectations, and we want someone. Okay, as somebody said, we join Toastmasters to improve our communication skills. We want someone who will help us, and we want someone who will tell us how well or not so well we are doing personally. So what Toastmasters does is appoint someone as a mentor. In our club, Toastmaster Abhilash is the mentor pool coordinator. In District 120, we have what is called a mentor pool. The idea is to ensure that all members in Toastmasters have mentors who will help them through the process of mentoring. So I'm going to look at both sides of the coin. What are your rights and duties or whatever as a mentor? What are your rights and duties as a mentee or protege? Those are the two things we're looking at. So if you come in as what we call a mentee or a protege, you are looking at somebody who will explain Toastmasters to you and say, what is Toastmasters all about? Because I've come in here, I find, every window has different designations. There's someone who says PD, somebody says TM, somebody says R counter, and I don't know the difference between any of these. So if I have a mentor, that mentor will explain to me that during a meeting, we have people who take up what we call different roles. So TMOD is the Toastmaster of the day. But PD, the PO is the presiding officer, that is Abhilash Suresh. So what is the difference? The role players are those who conduct the meeting for that particular day. And the ExCom or the executive committee is the one that decides how the club is going to function through the 6 months or a year. That's how Toastmasters functions. So Toastmasters is built up in units of clubs. That is anything from 3 to 5 clubs together form an area. 3 to 4 areas form a division, and up to 10 divisions together can form a district. Districts are again clubbed into regions, and we have 14 regions which together make up Toastmasters International. So as a mentee, you need to understand that you are part of a much larger organization. So how does a mentor help you to do that? He or she says, okay, literally handholds you through the first couple of meetings and says, this is the agenda, this is what is happening. These are the people who are playing the roles for today. These are the people who are going to run the club for 6 months or whatever. So obviously the mentor needs to know first, what is the TI structure? What is the club structure? And what happens for every different meeting? So that is part of what the mentor should be doing and telling the mentees. Another very important role of the mentor is to help you choose your path. Now, every one of you has come with a different expectation as to what Toastmasters is going to do for you. So you have to sit with your mentor and go through all the different pathways that I mentioned Are you interested in presentation mastery? Are you interested in innovation, dynamic management, or innovation and things like that? What are you interested in? One. And two, how is it going to help your career or your personal life? The first thing the mentor also needs to be aware of is what are the different pathways? How are the different paths going to help individuals in your life as a Toastmaster and outside? And how do I, as a mentor, help you to achieve those objectives? So the path mentor also has to literally show you the path in your pathways. Now, as soon as you join, first thing the VP Education will say is, oh, now you've joined, now start delivering speeches. And you must be like, but I have never done a speech in my life. What do I do? How do I do it? And if I do it, it'll be so bad. My grammar is so bad. My English is so bad. What will I do? I'm sure many of you will be having panic attacks. So the job of the mentor is to help first calm you down and tell you that relax. A speech is just a conversation between all of us. And your first speech is going to be the simplest thing in the world, which is the icebreaker, which is this one question that you will get in every interview from in the world, from Sydney to Cincinnati, Chennai to Shanghai, Shillong, anywhere in the world. Tell me about yourself. So the icebreaker helps you give a little facts about yourself, helps to introduce you to the club, and helps break the ice in the sense, helps you get over that psychological fear of my first speech. The rest of the speeches also, the mentor should be helping you and guiding you along your path. So I would suggest, as a mentee, please consult with your mentor all the way through all your different speeches, especially up to at least level 3, not only level 1 and 2, level 3. When you are doing speeches, how do you pick a topic? How do you pick a topic according to your path and how it's going to go? Do all these together with your mentors. Most of the time, people think being part of having a mentor is the easiest thing in the world. All I have to do is tell the mentor, oh, I have a space Sunday we meet at 4 to 6. Saturday morning, you will send one Saturday morning, or sometimes I have received on Sunday mornings also draft for my speech today. See, when you are doing that, you are having an unnecessary shortcut to learning. It is such a shortcut that you will end up learning nothing. Sit with your mentor, discuss what is my speech supposed to be about? Why should I do it like this? Is this speech all right? Should I change it in some way? And the mentor should have a sufficient knowledge of speeches. That's why we say mentors should be at least level 2 and above. That is when they will be able to help you with your speeches. So sit with your mentor, discuss, make sure you write your speech. Maybe you have to rewrite it. Maybe you want to rehearse it in front of your mentor. All these things you can do it together. The other thing that will happen is that it is the mentor's duty to also help you in your leadership roles. So it is a mentor who will tell you, why don't you take up an R-counter role? Or why don't you take up a timer role? Now, the easiest thing for the mentor to say is, take up this role. But the mentor's duty is, how did you do that role? Did you do it well? What could you have done better? How could we make it more interesting? These are all things you can discuss. And even when you take up any other, what we call advanced roles, table topics master, Toastmaster of the day, General Evaluator, all of these discuss with your mentor how it went. When you deliver a speech, another Toastmaster will evaluate your speech. The best learning will come if you and your evaluator sit together after the meeting, discuss the speech and the evaluation, and see how you can improve. Do not just scribble off speeches, send them off and do that. Do not just tick off saying, oh, I did the timer's role once, I've done the R-counter role once, so I can mark it off in my pathways or whatever. Get into what the role is all about. Understand what the role is all about. For example, the R-counter role. The simplest thing is to say, okay, count the number of ums and ahs. That is not the purpose of the R counter. The purpose of the R counter is to help you as a speaker to have a speech that is as smooth as possible. The fewer interruptions you have, the fewer distractions you have, the fewer fillers you have, the audience will be able to listen to you better. And you know the advantage of that? When you are outside of Toastmasters, when you are speaking on the telephone to your client, when you're speaking to other people, your speech is smooth, slow, clear, and confident because you don't have ums, ahs, and fillers. So everything that you do in Toastmasters has an outside value to it. As an R counter, you start listening to what are the different fillers. You start eliminating them from your own speech. So even repeat patterns like, you know, and so fillers that are distracting to the audience, cut them out. Be crisp, clear, and concise in your speech. That's how we improve. Improve your language also. So all these things that you have, go to your Toastmaster mentor, make sure you do it. So mentor should also know what is the club constitution? What do you understand in terms of business meetings? What is parliamentary procedure? Why should we have parliamentary procedure in a club? We're just a social club that meets for, you know, having a good time together. No. What are the things that you learn in Toastmasters that you can take anywhere and everywhere? Once you learn how to conduct meetings, the very fact that you have, first thing that you learn in a Toastmasters meeting is totally unconscious osmosis. You learn to stay quiet during a meeting and listen carefully to the speaker. Nowhere else will you have anyone listening to you with undivided attention for anything from 5 to 7 minutes. Here we learn to listen for 2 hours. We do not interrupt. We do not defend our positions. We do not argue. We do not do anything, and we maintain time. When you maintain that time of 2.5 minutes, 1.5 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, you are learning to speak to a specified time limit because you are understanding that these 2 hours are divided between every one of the role players and speakers. So when you overstep your time and have long stories and discussions and diversions and digressions that are not to the point, you are robbing time from somebody else as a speaker or even as a table topic speaker. Stick to your time, stick to the agenda. That's how professional you will get. In your workplace, your colleagues, your bosses, everyone will appreciate it when you deliver points absolutely unvarnished, to the point, without embellishing unnecessarily. Give your data, statistics, figures, and just sit down. Your bosses will appreciate it, your colleagues will appreciate it, and you will be known as the person to go to. So learn how to do your speeches. Learn from your mentors what is Toastmasters, what is the Toastmaster hierarchy. How do I grow from just a member to becoming district director? How do I become an area director? What are all the different electives that are there? How do these help me? And the mentor should know every single elective in the past so that he can help you literally in goal setting yourself so that you know what you can do within 6 months or a year. When you, as a mentee, take up different roles as associate editor, as associate PR person, you learn so much more. You learn to be part of a team. You learn negotiation skills. You learn conflict management if you've been in a disagreement with other members. So there are so many things that you learn as being part of a team, even if it's not an official part of the XCOM or anything else. So it is up to the mentor to do all these. And when you come to something called the HPL, or the High Performance Leadership Project, that's a project that can take anything from 3 weeks to a year. But the first part of that is a self-analysis of your leadership style. There is a guidance committee that will help you understand how you are doing. And this is how you understand yourself. You do what the management people call a SWOT analysis, your own strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And you can apply them to your workplace. You can apply them to your life in general. You can apply them to Toastmasters. But unless the mentor knows all of these, it is not going to work. And unless the mentee has an open mind and says, I have to learn how to do all these things. I must learn about Toastmasters. I must learn about the Toastmasters hierarchy. I must learn about the rules and responsibilities. All this has to be part of the mentee's role in life. So it is up to you. You cannot expect the mentor to come chasing you saying, have you done your speech? Have you not done your speech? Toastmasters is a self-paced journey. I know people who've done a DTM in 25 years. And I don't want to boast, but I have done 3 DTMs in 12 years. So it's entirely up to you how you do it and when you want to do it. So this is what we're saying. In the mentor pool, we are planning to get together mentors and mentees. We are planning training camps, which are one training camp or boot camp, as we call it, for mentors has already been conducted at Division C by Abhilash and Division Director Nadira. We have planned many more such programs, both for the mentees and the mentors. So this is basically what mentoring is all about. As mentees, proteges, please be aware of what you can learn and how you can improve yourself. If you want to be a mentor, please come forward, volunteer, and we will help you become a far better volunteer, a far better mentor. And that's really what it's all about. Learn about Toastmasters, be a good mentor, get someone to help you and help other people. Because it's in Toastmasters, we have the tagline, Toastmasters is where leaders are made. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the job of a mentor, making leaders. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Nanda. So now that we have come to the end of a very important session, the next step we are going to have is a speech, a distinguished Toastmaster. We're going to do a speech. Even before I can say that, let me share a very interesting fact about my origin. They keep asking me, when did I become a Santa? How did I get this attire and what it's all about? It started off as me known as Saint Nicholas in the 3rd century. And I was known for my philanthropy. I gave away all the wealth that I inherited. And I became very popular among the people and the children. And then over a period of time in America in the 18th century, they coined this word Santa. And here I am over the past 200 years, being with you and making you feel happy. Next speech is going to be by distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelagandan. I have something very interesting to tell you about distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelagandan. He worked for the Air Force Authority of India, a recently crowned distinguished Toastmaster, the highest honor that we can aspire in the Toastmaster journey. Of course, you can get up to the president of the Toastmaster International, but all of us aspire to become a distinguished Toastmaster. Venu Neelagandan has been a distinguished Toastmaster for the past 1 year, and also he's a very passionate Toastmaster. He encourages clubs to get back on their feet and to have more meetings and also to spread the word of Toastmasters. He's a very fine person. I wish him all the very best on this Christmas celebration. And his speech today is being evaluated by Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati. I request Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati to please tell us what distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelagandan's speech objectives are. Over to you, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati.
Thank you, TMOD Toastmaster Srikanth Puttikrishnan. Merry Christmas to all of us. Now today, DTM Venu is going to take up the project under Pathway Motivational Strategies, Level 3 Elective Project, Focus on Positive. The title of the speech is Optimistically Pessimist. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice being aware of his thoughts and feelings, as well as the impact of his responses on others. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share his experience completing the project. All the best, DTM Venu. Over to you, TMOD Srikanth Kuttikrishnan. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati. Now I request the distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelagandan. Distinguished Toastmaster Venu Neelagandan, we are ready to hear you speak.
Thank you, TMOD. Good evening, all. We can't live a positive life with negative mentality. How many of you agree for that? Many of you, right? I know that. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to agree with that. Because forget about the positive life. Without negativity, even you can't live. As per this project objective, I'm supposed to talk on the positive side of something. Today, I'm going to talk the positive side of the negativity. After reading some books like The Power of Positive Thinking, Impossible is Possible, and Positive Mental Attitudes, and some other books like this, I came to know that positivity, the negativity is being portrayed as an evil or villain or devil in the society. But the fact is, negativity is not so black as it is being painted. Because for our life, we need negativity because that's going to protect us. I know, I admit that. Many individuals have succeeded in their life because of their positive attitude. Without a of doubt, I agree for that. At the same time, what would have happened had our ancestors not had that negativity? Because they lived in a cave, at any point of time, anything would happen, right? They had to be negative all the time, expecting the unexpected, so that they can survive. Because they had the negativity, we are living today. Otherwise, the human race would have been eradicated from the earth. If they had been so positive, nothing will happen if they are thinking that. Particularly in the pandemic time, many people were expecting the negative. Oh, my results would be negative. Nobody expected the positive. Do you know one thing? The main reason for widespread of this corona is the so-called optimistic people. Because they thought that nothing would happen. One of my colleagues, Mr. Balaji, whenever we ask him this guy to wear a mask, he used to say, why you guys are so negative? Be positive. When you are feeling that, when you think that nothing would happen, nothing would happen. When you have that negative mentality, it's definitely it will happen. But that was the guy first got infected by the corona. Even after the corona is over, this guy is wearing double mask now. So this is the problem with the optimistic people, because they are always thinking that there's no room for negativity. But they forget to understand negativity is actually required for human life. We are just a human, not superhuman. So it is going to save us. If you are going to start, when the moment you start your vehicle, just have the negative mentality that accident will happen to you. What? Yes, true. Because that negative mentality, expecting an accident, would make you wear a helmet. That negative mentality will make you wear a seat belt. That negative mentality, that make you drive carefully. Because that's what we require. But what we do, we are always saying that, we are always preaching that don't be negative, always be positive. Don't give room for negativity. It's wrong. If your life is a war, your positivity is just like a sword. You can attack all the setbacks, all the challenges. you are facing. But in war, you need one more thing to protect you. That's called shield. That shield is negativity. So in your war, you need your sword and your shield. In life, also you need the negativity, also the positivity. Because we think that we can do anything. No, you can't do everything. You're just a human, man. We have to accept that. Life is ups and downs. There's a positivity and negativity. You have to accept that. Everybody can't run like a Usain Bolt. Only some people can do that. If you can't do that, accept that. But most of the time, we are not ready to accept our failures. We think that I can do it. The problem is, we are forcing our kids. Whether they can do it or not, we are forcing them. We are just motivating them. Man, you can do it. You can become a doctor. You can clear the NEET exam. Particularly that guy, that small kid might be poor in mathematics. He literally can't clear the NEET exam, but we are forcing, we are giving the motivation. You can do it with that positive thoughts. That small kid, the children, they start believing that they can do it. They create that, they create the super confidence, the positivity, the so-called positivity. But when the result came, they fail, not only in the exam, in their real life. They can't tolerate it. At the age of 15 and 16, without tolerating their failures, without accepting the reality, they are committing suicide. See, if anybody inform them, see, man, life is with negativity and positivity. We have to accept that. Negativity is not so bad. It is protecting us. We need to accept negativity also. But we are not doing that. As Fernand says, this world requires pessimist as well as the optimist. Because the optimist invent airplanes, the pessimist invent parachute. Just like the parachute required for the air travel, we need negativity. I'm not asking that you need to use the parachute every time, but still it's required in our life. I'm not going to ask you guys, always be a pessimist. What I'm going to ask you, don't be always optimist. Sometimes you have to be optimistically pessimist, because that's going to save you. That's going to protect you. Back to you.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Venu Nilagandan. I have learned a very important lesson from what you have said, that negativity is also required in one's life and we have to balance both and go. Thank you very much for that message. And we are now going to the next segment. I literally forgot to remind you that we have an interesting session that's called the table topics. When I introduced myself, I was so excited that I was carrying a lot of messages to you. I literally forgot to tell you there's something called as a table topic session, which is going to be the next session. Here, what happens is we are going to have a Toastmaster who we call the Topics Master, and he can pick and choose any one of you, give you a topic, and you need to speak on that topic for a minute to a maximum of 2 minutes, and you would be given a great time of 30 seconds. So you have to speak 1 minute to 2 minutes, great 30 seconds. And if you do that, you become eligible to be one of the best table topic speakers today's meeting. It's very challenging, very interesting. And our table topic master today is going to be our president, Toastmaster Abhilash. I request Toastmaster Abhilash to entertain us with this table topic. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhilash.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. A very warm good evening, dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. The table topic session, as it is known, is a session where you will be invited to speak on topics on the spot. The purpose of this particular session is to encourage you to think on your feet and ensure that you become a fluent impromptu speaker. This in turn helps you succeed as a leader as well. So for the benefit of everyone, you will be given a minimum of 1 minute and a maximum of 2 minutes to finish your topic, and an extra grace time of 30 seconds will be given. At 1 minute, the timer will be showing you the green light. At a minute and a half, the timer will show you the yellow light. And at 2 minutes, the timer will show you the red light. And so what are we waiting for? Let us dive right in. All right, so let us quickly start off. Any volunteers?
Hi.
Yeah, so that is Riaz, right?
Yes.
Yes, Riaz. So I'm going to give you a fun question. All right. So all of us remember Santa Claus, as even our TMOD has in his costume, as wearing red and white. If you were to give Santa Claus a different color, what would it be and why?
Well, it would be crimson blue and white, because blue is one of the rarest color in the world, and I love blue because I love sky. I always like to watch sky all the time. And white is because it's snow, because Santa Claus always represents Christmas and winter season for me, and trees. So I like to add snow to it in the name. So I choose white. And maybe the hat could be changed into green, because like I said, there are trees involved in Christmas. And the cap that Santa Claus normally wore is usually in a triangle shape. So it would make sense that if it's green in color. But if you're including Santa Claus, there are something called reindeers and the slide that he slides in. I think we have to add some touch up on that as well. I think we can add brown to the slides, because I'm going the theme of Christmas and winter. So brown for slides, because the reindeers are brown, and it would make sense if the slides are brown as well.
Great, great. Thank you, Riaz. You're indeed a very visual person. I'm sure by the time you've finished, Santa Claus is going to look like a rainbow Claus to us. Thank you. That was a wonderful attempt. Let us move on now. Do we have any other volunteers?
Yes, Abhilash, myself, Milton.
Toastmaster Milton. How are you, sir? Welcome.
Fine, sir.
Thank you. Oh, Toastmaster Milton. I'm going to give you a very simple but a heartful topic. You please describe to us the most memorable Christmas celebrations which you have had till now.
Yes. One of the important festivals the world is celebrating is Christmas, because the moment one person is born, the world has got changed. Half of the world has got changed. It is not, I'm not talking about religion or philosophy, but I am talking about the only one thing, that is the voice of the abundant love. That is called, that is, in other words, what they say is the agape love. Agape love means there are, you can classify mostly commercial love, and also the love which now what we able to see this is in our daily life is it's a Facebook love, and so something like that is not very tangible, and that is you be able to that will fade quickly. But this agape love means one person who is able to sell himself, share himself to his life fully to the other part, to all the people, to the entire humanity. That is divinity. That is what I learned and one Christmas recently, and there that the letters, the what they have mentioned is about Christmas. Anbukkum undu adaikum thai. So that is so relevant to me, the way in which they, and also at the time I was also teaching some children spoken English things, and I was able to have a session with them. So moving with session with them, along with them, that too in a place like Koli Hills, where you have to meet downtrodden people, and with them, yeah, Christmas function is very great, and I enjoyed it. And the lesson is we should also always, whatever maybe the situation, critical situation, we should focus on the aspect of real love in our lives, in others' life also. Thank you so much, TT Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Milton. So next up, I see a very smiling person who is always smiling at the camera. So Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana.
Yes, Abhilash.
So the topic that I'm going to give for you today is Christmas is a festival celebrated by so many people across the world. It brings in a message of love, hope, and peace, especially more so in these troubled times. I would like you to describe a similar family festival or tradition that you have, which you can equate with Christmas.
Let me first thank you for the table topic master for excellent topic. Let me first explain what Christmas is for me. Like I've been near the place of Perambur, so during Christmas, the 24th midnight, many times I visited the church there. So another important thing is I used to get good cakes and biryani from our neighbors over there. That's the best thing I love a lot. And I believe it's a festival where you share your love and you celebrate you being together with the friends and families as well. So that's a love is a message I get through. Could be from any religion as well. The similar festival I see is a Pongal, because exactly we may not follow the same cultural or same sequences what we follow on Christmas, but I like Pongal because we celebrate the first Pongal. There's a second Pongal called Motu Pongal, where we have to celebrate with cows, right? That is the most funniest and most happiest thing I'll ever see. We tie balloons. It's my duty to bring in all the balloons in my village, tie to the cow, we paint it, we play with it. That's first time we bought them also. And that is one festival I can, since you asked this question, I'm not relating with both the festivals. It has two different ones. So this Pongal is one festival, especially the Motu Pongal, where I celebrate, because we're spreading the love, not just with the humans, with all the creatures around the world. So the message is love and celebrate among the near and dear ones. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you so much. That was a great attempt. Pongal is a tradition which you equate with Christmas. Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana. Next up, could we have Toastmaster Nanda?
Yes, table topics master.
Good evening, Toastmaster Nanda. So one question which I'm having for you is, this is the time of Christmas. So we're going to, New Year is around the corner as well. And one thing New Year means New Year resolutions. Toastmaster Nanda, the question that I have for you is, what is the shortest time in which you have broken a New Year resolution, and what was that resolution?
The shortest time in which I broken my own resolution, right? So in one of my past New Year's, I had a resolution that I will not eat non-veg for the next 3 months. I did that resolution basically because I wanted to restart back to on my yoga path, because I used to do yoga fervently when I was a college goer. But off late, I sort of stopped doing it. So I wanted to kickstart that habit, and had decided that I will have a strong yoga, become a strong yoga person and stop non-veg and focus on my health, because I was putting on a lot of weight and losing fitness, all that stuff. But on December 31st, one of my Muslim friends rang up and said that his marriage is fixed on Jan 2nd. And he asked me to invite me for his marriage. But I decided I'll go to the marriage. No way, no, I go to marriage, but I will not broke my resolution. I'll go to a marriage. Anyway, in non-Muslim marriage, nowadays they are giving veg biryani also, with that Muslim firni, sweets, all that stuff. So I fervently said to him, no, I will come for the marriage, don't worry. I went to the marriage, went to the stage, gave him his congratulations, hugged him, and a group of friends went down to the dining hall. As soon as I entered the dining hall, the smell of biryani, the crisp mutton biryani, hit my face. I don't know what happened to me at that moment. I was telling to my friends that I am going to eat veg all the time. Suddenly, without knowing, unknowingly, I slowly moved towards the non-veg counter, picked the plate here, and had helped me with a plate full of biryani. And till the point I finished the biryani, I forgot about the new resolution totally. After having the biryani, when I was washing my hands, suddenly I remembered that, oh my God, I had a resolution that I should eat only veg. But then I said, oh, let me start my resolution from Pongal. Pongal is the Tamil New Year's Day. That is why I am a Tamilian. So the New Year actually starts from Pongal. So forget January 1. That is Englishman's New Year Day. So I will start my resolution again from Jan 15th. So that is how it ended. So I convinced myself that resolution is not broken, even though I broken it. So that is one interesting incident I would like to share here, Toastmaster Avilash.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you, Toastmaster Nanda. That was a great thing. And what matters is, never give up. So that thing you have illustrated beautifully. But let me tell you, I had lunch at Zaitun today. So now we'll move on to the next table topics quickly. We have a few guests with us. So Mr. Suresh did ask me what table topics was. So I did explain you're going to speak impromptu. So are you ready to take up a topic, Mr. Suresh? All right, we have guest Meenakshi as well. Ma'am, would you like to take a table topic today? All right, back to our Toastmasters then again. So let us go to our counter, Toastmaster Vignesh.
Yes, Abhilash.
Toastmaster Vignesh, so probably switching on your camera made me notice you first. So Vignesh, you were expecting a gift from Santa Claus this Christmas, but unfortunately, Santa Claus has not given you that gift. How are you going to react to this situation?
Thanks, Abhilash, for a wonderful topic. So, yeah, I was expecting some gift, maybe a PlayStation or any gaming things. So that was I expecting from Santa, but Santa ignored it to give the PlayStation. So I take it is in a positive way. Usually, I already spent a lot of time with the TV, and so most of the times I wasted. So I even though he is not giving that PlayStation to me, I will convey it as a positive way so that I could increase my time in the productive manner, spend time on the weekends with the Toastmasters meeting, and I could learn a few more things so that it will give me a better variant of better version of myself. So yeah, so yes, that's all. Back to
Great.
you.
Thank you, Vignesh. So next up, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, so for you, the topic that I'm going to have is, so I'm a big fan of your poetry and your wordplay. So we have two words in Santa Claus, Santa Claus. So if Santa did come today, right now, what is the clause attached, the strings that will be attached to him coming today? You got it, sir? If Santa were to come today, what clause will he tell you?
Thank you, TT Master. Be positive. I think Santa Claus would come with that word, be positive in this virus time. Even though we need to be optimistically pessimistic, we also need to be positive to think that let Omicron come, or whatever comes, in whatever form the virus came, it will all go away very soon. It will get weakened. And the next Christmas would be virus-free Christmas. That is what the Santa Claus would come with that phrase. That's what I am expecting from Santa Claus. Let it be white Christmas or blue Christmas or whatever Christmas it may be. but I would like to be a green Christmas, giving the color of green, color of positivity to all of us in the next Christmas. That is what that phrase I would be expecting from Santa Claus. With that phrase getting into our mind, the new year will come to us with a greater positivity. That is what the hope. I would expect Santa Claus to do that. Maybe our Srikanth Kuttikrishnan, who is emulating our Santa Claus, would come with that type of phrases while ending this meeting. That's what my expectation. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you.
PT
Thank
Master
you.
Abdullah.
An expectation on our Santa for today's evening. I'm sure Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan will definitely has those up his sleeve. Next up, distinguished Toastmaster Nina John. Ma'am, you're on mute.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. So the topic that I have for you is, I love getting gifts, but I don't like giving gifts to others.
So that's the topic.
Yes,
I love gifts, but I don't like giving gifts to others. Right. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Tabletop Master of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Gifts can be tangible or intangible. Now, if someone is going to give me an iPhone or whatever, I am not going to give them something in equivalent rupee terms over there. But I think it's more valuable to give intangible gifts, like gifts of your time, gifts of your attention, gifts of just being there. And I think, especially today, you'll find, you know, Venu was talking about depression and loneliness and suicide. One of the biggest problems that everyone has is nobody's listening to me. And if you can just give them your attention, just be there, you don't have to do anything more. That's actually more valuable than any kind of gift wrapped in a fancy box or from the most expensive shop store or shop or Amazon counter. It's a question of what would you like to give? So think about what are the gifts you're getting. It's nice to get another sari or another, you know, gold necklace or whatever from your family, etc., etc. But how many saris can you stack up, and how many watches can you wear, and how many cameras can you shoot from? So think about what you're giving. And I would say, I'm not going to give you, I hate spending on gifts because I don't know what to choose for whom. But if it's an intangible gift, I don't think there's a limit to giving. And I don't think there's a limit to getting. We all love those. We all have immeasurable space for getting gifts of the mind, time, and energy. Back to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. That was indeed a beautiful speech. Thank you.
Welcome.
So next, we have our guest Muthu with us. Ma'am, would you like to take a topic?
Yeah. Good evening.
Okay, ma'am. So the topic that I have for you is, if you wrote a letter to Santa Claus asking him telling him what you want, what are you going to write?
Thank you for that opportunity.
Ma'am, your voice is a little low.
It's okay.
Better.
Ask me means I will ask him to give my new phone. I am expecting that one from my husband. That way I will write it and give in the paper. Maybe that also. And one more thing. And I want something to give my children. That I will ask and write it in the paper and keep it there. And much only.
Thank you, ma'am. A new phone is what you would like. Thank you. Let us hope Santa does give you a new phone. All right. Do we have any more volunteers? Come on. Let me then call out. Okay, DTM Venu. Venu, sir.
Yes, Ablas.
Sir, the topic that I'm going to give you today is, why do you think that Christmas should not be a holiday?
Yes, thank you, Abhilas. Thank you, Toastmaster, and good evening once again. Why we should not give a holiday for Christmas? The first and foremost thing is that I would say that two reasons. The first one is the Jesus Christ birthday, right? It's something new thing, new horizon opens. So we need to start working on that day instead of taking rest. We have to begin our life with the positive notes. So it's a beginning. So on that beginning day, we should not be idle, lazy. So we have to do something. That's the way we can have that day very holy, by working, by doing something useful. That's the first reason. And second reason is on 25th December, some historians still says that on that day, it's not the actual birth of Christ. There's a dispute. So we have to first ensure that it is the actual date of birth of Christ. So after ensuring that, we have to give the holiday on that day, because many documentary and many evidence say that it is not on that day Christ was born. So as a human, we have to ensure that first it is Christmas, as that's December 25th, is actual date. So after verification of that date, we can announce that exact date as a holiday instead of some other days. So if we are giving holiday on 25th December, what would happen if it was not actual date? So we are not giving the actual credit to Jesus Christ, right? So first we have to find out that exact date, then we can announce the holiday. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, DTM Venu. I agree with Toastmaster Nanda though. It should not be one day. So we should have 1 week or 1 month as holidays. That would be good for everyone. So thank you. So we have time for one final topic. Do we have any volunteers? Anyone? All right, Naveen.
Hi, sir.
Hi. Okay. Hi, Shruti. Shruti, right?
Yes. Hi.
Okay, Shruti. So a question. The song Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells, Jingle All the Way is a very famous song. Almost everyone of us will know it. What memory does this song bring to you?
Thank you for the opportunity, first of all. And I've been listening to this song every Christmas from the year I was born. And it reminds me of my childhood where I was the person who, I'm a person where I won't be able to speak in front of anyone, but I'd like to dance. So every Christmas, I'd give my name for the dance participation, and this song reminds me of me dancing with my childhood friends, and the age where we studied from LKG to 5th standard, or during those school times. It was very memorable, and we had so many chocolates, and as kids we love chocolates, and our teachers used to give us chocolates. And I still remember the first time I danced, I was so scared, so I ran out of the stage. So this is one sweet but bitter memory I have with this song.
Great, Shruti. That was a really lovely thing. What reminded you of this? So thank you, everyone. I do hope you all enjoyed the table topic session today. It was a pleasure to have so many good experiences to listen to. I'm sure we are all more happier and richer because of these. And now let me hand over the controls back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shrikant Kuttikrishnan. Back to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Abhilash. Well, all of you literally changed my color, attire of my color. But one thing that I got from you is that all of you want a gift from me. I am sure I'm making all of effort to bring those gifts to you next year. But even more important than the gift, I have something to give you, which is a priceless gift. You can never put a price tag on it. And that gift is going to be my prayer for each and every one of you, for your family, and for your well-being in these difficult times that we are going through. And I'm going to pray for you. Every time I close my eyes and sit down to pray, I'm going to think about all of you. And I'm going to wish you well in the days that is coming ahead of us. And also let me remind you that this is a season of love, giving gifts, and families united. Peace will be on this earth, and it will stay when each and every one of us live every day of our life as a Christmas. And any person, I would say, who has no Christmas in his heart will never find that under any tree. You need to live this day of Christmas right throughout. We are here carrying the message of the Almighty to share love and to be of big help to others. Having said that, I would now request the Gentle Evaluator to conduct the evaluation session before we wind up this evening's program. And I request Toastmaster Naveen, Gentle Evaluator, to please come forward and take up the evaluation session forward. Over to you, Naveen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shrikant Kuttikrishnan. Instead of seeking approval, you can ask, what's wrong with it? How can I make it better? You are more likely to get a truthful, critical answer. These answers will help you in improving and becoming a better version of yourself. Constant critical evaluation is a key to constant improvement. Now, I would like to welcome our Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati to evaluate distinguished Toastmaster Venu Nilagandan, a passionate Toastmaster, and is a retired from techno-functional manager and aspiring to be a speaker as well as writer in English and Tamil. The stage is yours, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Naveen, my dear Toastmasters, guests, and Mr. Oxymoron, DTM Venu. He has chosen an interesting project, Focus on Positive, as an elective project with a catching title, Optimistically Pessimist. When he started the speech with a very, very relevant question relating to that positivity, getting yes responses from us, and then negating that created the curiosity in me to listen to his speech and his arguments in favor of pessimism intently. The examples he had quoted are very, very relevant and very, very interesting. Enjoyed that. They all lie very well within the objective of this pathway, motivational strategy, to motivate us on the positive side of the pessimism. The organization of his speech was very well structured with a powerful question and then lot of examples in the body and then a beautiful ending with humor relating to that aeroplane and parachute. That was very well done, DTM Venu. But I was also expecting that he would share his personal experience relating to that optimistic pessimism which affected, which created that enthusiasm, which created some optimism in his life. That was what I was very much expecting. He has quoted very many general examples, but I was expecting a specific example relating to his personal life, relating to that optimistic pessimism. But that was missing. Otherwise, very well narrated with a lot of examples, satisfying the first purpose of this project. But the second purpose of this project, expect sharing some personal experiences as well. Overall, I enjoyed the positivity in his speech. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati. Now it's the time for calling Toastmaster Nanda, a passionate Toastmaster, and he is working as a technical leader at Cisco Systems. He is a past division level humorous speech contestant and past secretary of Chennai Toastmasters Club. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Nanda. The stage is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Mentoring someone is the ability to see something he doesn't see in himself. I repeat, mentoring someone is the ability to make someone see something who he doesn't see in himself. True to this quote, Toastmaster CTM Nina John's today's session about mentoring was allowed the entire audience to allow them to see more about themselves, about the mentoring process and what they get from Toastmastering, etc. DTM Nina John ma'am started the session very well by asking all known Toastmaster people to reflect what they expect from Toastmaster journey. Why do they want to join Toastmasters in the first place? And she went on to explain what a typical mentee would get in a mentor-mentee relationship. What are the structure of Toastmasters? What are the different roles in a Toastmasters? How does one adapt to a Toastmasters culture? How does one know about different kinds of speeches, different pathways, different projects? How do they align with the Toastmasters Bible or Toastmasters guides, etc.? She also beautifully explained how a mentor should prepare himself to get the best out of a mentor-mentee relationship. What should be the mindset of a mentee? How should he interact with the mentor to get the best out of the relationship? So those aspects are very beautifully explained and covered. But I would also like to know from the mentor perspective as well. So what the mentor would get from the relationship ideally. So why do someone wants to spend their energy and spend the time to mentee someone? So what does a mentor expect from a Toastmaster mentoring process? And how does it benefit the mentor as well? Or what are the qualities of a good mentor should be? Maybe that aspect could have been added in addition to what a mentee expects. That is something maybe I would like to hear more from DTM Nina John ma'am. And also from a rich experience with 3 DTM titles, I'm sure she would have mentored hundreds of people, right? So maybe she could add some stories or interesting incident, humorous incidents, or thought-provoking, path-breaking incidents, which would have like allowed the audience to understand the depth and the beauty of mentor-mentee relationship. Maybe a few such incidents could have been added to the session. And also in the process of like explaining some incidents, that would also allow her to add some visual aids or add some humor or add some voice modulation as well to make the session even more engaging and even more interesting to the audience. Overall, it was a fabulous session which explained what is mentoring process, what a mentee will expect from a mentoring process, and what are the benefits of a mentee, and what is the beauty of the relationship, and what is the beauty of Toastmastering in general all about. Maybe you could have added more about what a mentor could expect in a process and what are the benefits for a mentor and what are the skills of a mentor. It would have been even more awesome session. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Naveen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nanda. Now it's the time to get the tag report. Now I would like to call our timer Toastmaster Vijay Aditya to present his timer report.
Yes, sir. This is the timer report. And everybody is qualified for the voting session. And this is how much time everybody took for the Should I read out the time for each and every
Yes,
one?
please read out the times, Toastmaster Vijay.
Yes, 1 minute. So the speaker one, it is 10 to 14 minutes. The time taken is for 14 minutes 4 seconds and is qualified. Speaker two is 5 to 7 minutes. The taken is 7 minutes 12 seconds and is qualified. For the table topic sessions, TT speaker one took 1 minute 20 seconds. Speaker two took 2 minutes 7 seconds. Speaker three 1 minute 36 seconds. Speaker 4 2 minutes 7 seconds. Speaker 5 55 seconds. Speaker 6 1 minute 1 minute 30 seconds. Speaker 7 1 minute 58 seconds. Speaker 8 33 seconds. Speaker 9 2 minutes 1 second. And Speaker 10 1 minute 5 seconds. And for the evaluation, the evaluator 1 took 2 minutes 51 seconds and the evaluator 2 took 2 minutes 58 seconds. So that is the timer report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Aditya, for the timer report. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Vignesh to present his counter report. Over to you, Toastmaster Vignesh.
So thanks, Gentle Evaluator. Let me share my screen. Give me a second. Hope you can see my screen. So regarding filler words and crutch words, Toastmaster Aditya used to and passes. Toastmaster Vignesh myself used to and guest Rias used 3 plus during table topic speech. Toastmaster Middleton used 1 3 plus the words repeatedly. Toastmaster Lakshminarana used 2 Toastmaster Nanda used 1 Guest Muthu used 1 DTM Venu used 1 Guest Shruti used 3 plus and like. Apart from other speakers didn't use any filler words. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vignesh, for our counter report. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Anirudh to present his grammarian report. The stage is yours, Toastmaster Anirudh.
Yes, sir. Thank you, grammar report. And so in the prepared speaker section, those DTM Dina John, she used the nice phrase unconscious osmosis. Metaphorically, with respect to the context, it means we are all gaining experience while speaking. DTM Menu Nilakandan, the word optimistic, it means expecting good things to happen or being successful a lot. The table topic session, Toastmaster Milton used with agape love, which means the fatherly love of God to all mankind and vice versa. Toastmaster Nanda used the word fervently, which is very enthusiastically, being enthusiastic or passionate. And then Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati used the word emulating. It means trying to do something better than someone else by trying to imitate them. And Toastmaster Ninajan, again, in the table topic session, intangible gifts. It means they're gifts which cannot be physically touched, but then they're very nice. And then in evaluation session, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati, he used the word oxymoron. Oxymoron is the set of two words which are opposites of each other. The part where some corrections could be made is the pronunciation of the word sword. It was mispronounced as sword. The correct pronunciation is sword. And then most of the times wasted is grammatically wrong. It must be most of the time wasted. So thank you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anirudh, for presenting your grammarian report. Now it's the time for hearing our general evaluator, my report. Meeting started on time and the role players joined before and tested their audios and videos was good to avoid the technical issues. Throughout the meeting, all the role
did their job fabulous, and our Toastmaster of the day, Santa Claus, wearing the Santa dress and starting with the video, it was a very nice. and educational session was really good, and kudos for the ESCOM for the arrangements happening at the right time to hear what about mentoring. And that's it. Now I would like to hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Vignesh. And also I thank Naveen Raj for the exhaustive General Evaluator's report. Thank you very much, Naveen Raj. Now that we are coming to the close of today's session, here's what I would like to pray for each and every one of you. May the Lord bless you with joy and happiness, peace of mind, and always be kind to everyone that we see and we have a chance to interact with. It is important to be kind rather than being right. And as I sign off now, I want you to look at this beautiful song that I have for you. And with that, I wish you all a very, very happy Christmas and a very prosperous New Year. May you all be very peaceful. May your loved ones be very happy. I sincerely pray to the Lord to bless you with all the good things and good health. As we look forward to 2022, I once again thank you for being with me and enjoying this 2-hour session that we had. And please clap your hands and be cheerful as we see this song that I have for you, exclusively for you, and enjoy this song. Dashing through the snow in one horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making our spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing the sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making our spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing the sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Back to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Abhilash.
Thank you so much for that lovely ending. I was transported back to my childhood as well, singing Dashing Through the Snow in a One-Horse Open Sleigh, Jingle Bells. So thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for being such a wonderful host for us today. It was indeed a great meeting. So thank you all role players, prepared speakers, and evaluators for having come together for a beautiful meeting. And thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nina John, for that lovely educational session on mentoring. It is now time for us to recognize a few first-time role players. So Toastmaster Anirudh, our grammarian, and Toastmaster Vijay Aditya, our timer, they are playing their roles for the first time today. Please give a huge round of applause to both of them.
Sir, it's actually my second time, sir. Last week I was the timer.
No. The grammarian role you're playing for the first time. No.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Anirudh. So congratulations. Now let us take some quick feedback from our guests. So we have Suresh, Mr. Suresh with us. Mr. Suresh, are you there? Hello. Yes.
Hello. Yeah, hello,
yes.
sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes,
Yeah,
I can
okay,
hear you.
Okay, sir.
So, Mr. Suresh, so could you tell us how the meeting was today?
Yeah, it was very, very good, sir. Really, I enjoyed, and I learned many things from you all.
Thank you, Suresh. Do come for more meetings. Do come in.
Yes,
Come
sir.
in.
Hereafter, every week I will come, sir, on time.
Please come. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Meenakshi, Miss Meenakshi, are you there with us?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hi, all.
Meenakshi. Hello, hello.
Can you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes, it's a nice opportunity for me to join with you all and to learn more and how to communicate with the people and all. Sorry, I didn't pick the table topic. Next time, I definitely do that.
No problem. Definitely. Thank you, Meenakshi. Do come. Next, Muthu, ma'am.
Yes.
So this is your second meeting with us.
Thank you for Nina opportunity to ask me that question. For you take that one, can't ask that one. Very good, ma'am. And Abhilash also thank you so much for giving this opportunity. And happy Christmas to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Wish you also happy Christmas. Thank you. And so with this, so we have Shruti as well. Shruti. All right. I think Shruti is not there.
Yes.
Yes, Shruti. So how did you feel the meeting was today?
It was fine. It was good. I actually attended few more meetings previously. So yeah, I like this one.
Awesome. Thank you, Shruti. Thank you. Do come in for more meetings. So now let us move on to the concluding session, announcing the results for today's meeting. The best tag role player from among our timer, our counter, the grammarian, none other than a first-time role player, Toastmaster Anirudh. Our grammarian for the day is the best role player for the day. Congratulations, Toastmaster Anirudh. Now moving on, the best role player from amongst the TMOD, TT Master and the General Evaluator. No surprises. The one who came in dressed as Santa Claus and gave us such an amazing experience, Toastmaster Shrikant Kuttikrishnan, our Toastmaster of the day, is the best role player. Congratulations, Toastmaster Shrikant Kuttikrishnan. Now, the best evaluator from amongst our who evaluated our educational session and our prepared speaker. So Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati is the best evaluator for the day. Congratulations, Toastmaster Nagendra Bharati. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you, icon. And fine, last but certainly not the least, the best table topic speaker for today, none other than distinguished Toastmaster Nina John. Congratulations, DTM Nina John, the best table topic speaker for the day. And on this happy note, let me adjourn meeting number 807 to next week, same time, 4 p.m. Let us have a quick break. So time is 5:34. We'll have a 2-minute break and let us gather for our general body meeting. Sergeant at Arms, request you to ensure that only members remain back in the room.